It's one thing to try to stimulate your economy and to give incentives to keep jobs. It's another thing to engage in outright protectionism, because once you have protectionism, other countries will retaliate, and then you ultimately end up with a trade war. And in a trade war, everybody loses. Nobody wins. We've got to avoid that at all costs.
So I'm looking at the relationship between the U.S. and China right now in terms of trade. I've actually seen a looming trade war, they would say, considering we're seeing more trade spats, more import duties being slapped on different goods. In fact, a lot of anti-dumping cases have gone to the WTO. What do you say in response to this when they say that the Obama administration has actually made the trade relationship worse between China and the U.S.?
If you look at the total value of Chinese goods going to the United States that are subject to these anti-dumping remedies, these extra duties in response to findings of improper trading, improper sales of goods into the United States at below what they normally sell in China, it amounts to less than 3% of the total value of all Chinese goods going to the United States. Less than 3%. So that really is no indication of any type of trade war.
How do the international rules of trade apply to China's currency?
Well, the position of the United States is pretty clear, and Secretary of Treasury Geithner has spoken at length about it. President Obama has talked to President Hu Jintao, and even the Chinese leaders have said that they know that over time, and even many of the Chinese banking officials within China have said that over time there needs to be a change in the valuation of the Chinese currency. So these issues are being discussed, and obviously they're very, very sensitive. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I think there is agreement that among all international monetary experts that the Chinese yuan must appreciate.
Some would say China has this policy stance to buy China only. There seems to be barriers for foreign companies trying to get into this market as China tries to build up its own homegrown champions. How does the U.S. and how do you, in your position as Commerce Secretary, plan to amend this, to challenge this?
Well, we've actually had ongoing discussions with the Chinese over many, many years about some of these protectionist policies that actually create barriers, outright barriers or exclusion to U.S. goods coming into China. We've made progress, and the Chinese have modified some of their rules and regulations. We're very concerned about the most recent trade policy of China, which basically says that the government of China will only buy those products where the R&D was conducted in China. China has such enormous problems, such immense challenges on the energy front, as an example. They should be welcoming, and they can't do it all themselves with their own products and their own technology. They should welcome the very best technology from all around the world.
And we've had strategic economic dialogues in the past, but this is the first one with the Obama administration in the White House. What do you want to achieve? What do you think you can achieve in Beijing?
Well, we need to understand that China and the United States are closely aligned on so many initiatives all around the world. We have opportunities for strategic partnerships on a whole host of issues, not just economic, but also political. And it's important that we have these dialogues to really continue this partnership on so many fronts that are of immense importance to people all around the world.